This podcast represents the opinions of the hosts of the Laugh Cry Club and guests on the show. The content here should not be taken as medical advice and is for informational purposes only. And because each person is so unique, please consult your healthcare professional for any medical questions. While we make every effort to ensure that the information we share is accurate, we welcome any comments, suggestions, or correction of errors.
Hi, Joy. How's it going?
It's going. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. We're in like a little circle.
My shoes.
Welcome, everybody, to the Laugh Cry Club. I am Joy.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Chelsea, and if you are an imperfect human who laughs and cries, then this podcast is for you, or us and you.
All of us. And guess what? We're all here together in the same room. How does that tickle your fancy?
It's really tickling my fancy. It's been tickling it for a few days now. I'm like...
I mean, my throat hurts from laughing really hard, and I keep waking up so grateful and so happy. So tickle, fancy, fun, grateful, and we're all in my room in my favorite spot in my bed, recording like it's a slumber party, and we're 15.
Like a slumber party.
Oh
yes.
my God,
yes.
so good.
It is like just picture it is a slumber party. Like we're sitting on Chelsea's bed. We're not in a Zoom world, and it is like extremely. Now we're taking a selfie.
Yeah, we're taking a selfie.
To post when we put this episode up. So we're using a nice little portable recorder. We've got Kipsy, the dog, on the bed. And here we go. We're going to do a little... Well, first of all, let's back up. We are the Laugh Cry Club. We are 3 licensed therapists. We want to do this podcast because we think that talking about feelings is cool, but also we want to normalize the human experience. We start every episode with a laugh and a cry, and then we will do some Q&A today because we're doing a get to know you episode. So how does that sound to everybody? Good? Good.
Yeah,
okay.
We're in agreement.
Great. Chelsea, who are we nominating for the laugh and the cry?
Okay, well, I'm going to nominate our sweet, sweet, wonderful Joy because I've been staring at her good skin that I get to see in person. And we've been out on a kayak. We've been like dripping sweat, dirt, swimming, and she still manages to have like her mascara and her glitter.
Her eyeshadow.
Eyeliner is like still there.
Is that what
And
It's liquid eyeshadow.
liquid glitter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I nominate Joy.
Thank you, Chelsea. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you for the compliment. I did put some glitter on today because I was like, when I'm feeling excited and fun to be around with friends, I want to put some flair on my eyes. So yes, we did go kayaking today. Why is that funny?
I don't know. I just like you like to put flair on your eyes. It's hilarious.
I mean, you are Flair.
You don't need to add extra.
That's true. That's true. I'm just already. Okay. So my laugh was yesterday when I got into the airport. I go to the ticket counter and it was like pretty busy, but you know how sometimes you're like not really paying attention to like who's, I don't know. It's not like I was like staring at the person helping me, but all of a sudden I looked up and there was this like really cute, probably like in his young 20s guy who had the most gorgeous head of hair I'd ever seen. Like it was just like, I'm trying to even think of like not like Fabio style. Think of like
stringy hair, Rebecca.
I'm sorry.
Fabio.
Picture his hair. I don't know.
Stringy, and I don't know why people were attracted to that, but Fabio, I'm sure you're crushing it in life.
Michael Bolton.
No.
Think of like, I'm trying to even think of like what even now like a celebrity, and I can't even think of a celebrity. Just like luscious, big head of hair that's like very good texture. You know what I mean? It wasn't like cropped. It was kind of long, growing it out, and he had like a really good mustache. And I just looked up and I was like, "Wow, your hair is amazing!"
You said that.
Yeah, I just said it out loud.
Oh my God.
I said it out loud because I was like, wow, your hair is amazing. Because it just like blurted out. And he goes, oh, thanks. I've been really working on it. And I was like, what do you mean you've been working on it? He's like, well, I used to have it like military style. And I was like, were you in the military? And he's like, no. And I was like, he said, I just had a really strict dad. And I was like, okay, so now you're just like letting your, personality come out. And then I just was laughing at myself because I'm like, okay, back in the day when I was like probably in my like young 20s, I'd be probably like too embarrassed to say that because I'd be like, oh, I don't, but I'm like, oh, I'm almost 48 now. I can say this to like young kids and like hopefully it gave him a compliment where he's like, oh, this cute woman in her midlife like complimented me. So and then I laughed because all I could think was like, if you see something, say something. And I was like,
I was just thinking that. I was thinking, way to go, Joy. Yeah. If you think something nice, say something. If you think something not nice, say it in your head.
Yeah. That's exactly, that was like exactly my thinking, my like, line track of thinking. Anyway, so that was really funny. My cry, honestly, I have not had a cry this week. I have been so excited to come here. I think my cry was just like a cry of happiness to just like when I got here and to see you. Like I pulled up and I texted everyone that I was like, oh, I'm here. And then all of a sudden I see everyone just like trickle out of the restaurant because I met everyone at the restaurant. Like everyone arrived before me. There's like everyone like running up to me and like everyone giving each other like huge hugs.
Because we have other friends here too.
Yeah, it's a party.
Yeah. So I was like, this is so cool and so special. So I don't want to like cop out with like an actual cry being like a cry, laugh cry, but it was just... It was just like because it wasn't like a sad cry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we have happy cries too.
Yeah, it was a super happy cry. So I was like feeling super grateful. But I did almost cry last night when we got to our Airbnb because it was 90 degrees when we got inside. And so everyone was crying when we to get because it took like hours to get the AC down. So that was my laugh cry. Oh.
I was just going to say, one thing that I love about being in person is lots of times when you talk, like Chelsea and I will be like looking at each other in the screen. And like she keeps like, we're sitting side by side right now and I keep catching her in my peripheral vision, like looking at me like for my reaction, or I'm like looking at her. Like we always look at each other for a reaction and it's hilarious because we're like right here. Did you notice?
Yeah, and then Joy looks over and is like, what? I know. And we're like, Rebecca and I have been doing this for years.
You don't even know.
Like you're right here.
It's the best.
So great.
Oh my God, I'm trying not to hug both of you right now because we need to record this episode. There's been a lot of hugs.
We gotta lock it up, but we have just so much love, and everyone's just so amazing. To where you like you said, you've like collect humans over your life, and it just feels like you've known them forever. So it feels super special. Okay, I'm gonna go pass it to Rebecca.
Oh, thank you. I've had so many laughs that I don't know where to start. Like, it's just one laugh after another. It's just over and over and over. Like, I think I'm going to have a 6-pack of abs after this trip, which will be amazing.
As I laugh, that my abs go great. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Yeah. And in fact, when Joy was in a bathing suit today, I knew she was only so fit as she is. She's fit, like all the way fit. And I saw her abs and I thought, we did this for you, Joy, last night.
We did this.
Laughing,
we made
right?
it. Yeah.
Like it wasn't her eating healthy or working out. It was all the Laugh Cry Club.
So totally. So I think I'm going to start with the very first laugh that hit me, which I was coming off the plane in Pensacola. And like we said, there were some other people part of this trip. And Cheryl and Lex were the first to arrive. And they were waiting. So I come out of this gate and there is a sign. They have gotten a piece of paper from this front desk lady and scribbled this sign out. And we're holding it up. And it's this funny nickname that they have for me called Sexy Pecs. And Lex is holding this sign so proudly.
Hold on, and the sign is a piece of paper.
It's a piece of
not even a whole note paper. It's like
your grocery list paper.
Yes, it's a grocery list.
Yes, and they made it, and they were so proud of it. It was cracking me up, hilarious. I mean, I'd never met them in person. I've known them for years, and it was just cracking me up the whole time. We're like waiting for our other party, and then Chelsea arrives. I'm like, "Where are you guys at?" Because you were supposed to pick us up outside. Mm-hmm. Anyway, there was a whole plane issue, but. I mean, it was just constant laughing. So anyway, we met this front desk lady and we were like, what is her name? We just kept making names up for her. And I kept going and asking her for pieces of paper because they kept sending me. And it was just hilarious. So and I just kept, and then she seemed really unhappy. And so I was like trying to cheer her up.
I think she was thinking, do I need to kick them out of the airport? We were a very rowdy group. Like, you know, when you see the group that gets together and then energetically, it's like, are they all wasted? No, we were not.
Yeah.
No. Well, one of us was.
It was so
I'm not naming
funny.
names. It was hilarious. So I think she was just like, do I need to kick them out of the airport bar? Like, are they okay? And then it was like, or should I just smile and lean in? Which I think she did.
I think she did. I appreciate that.
She accepted influence.
She smiled and leaned in. I'm really excited about that. So my cry, you know, it's a repeat of Joy's. We get to this Airbnb. We've been out all day, like partying. It's hot and humid down here. There's been beverages had. Probably not enough water. It's 89 freaking degrees. And I think I felt like candle wax. Like, I felt like a candle. I think I started to melt.
That is like the best description.
It's just like melting.
You go from the highest high all of a sudden to walking inside this house thinking like you're going to get relief from the heat.
Yeah.
And it was 100 million degrees hotter and just like suffocating.
At one point, I look over and Rebecca's cheeks are red because she's so hot.
I felt like so out of it because I just remember, I felt like I was almost like in a war movie where there's like bombs going off because I felt out of it because I was like, I'm so tired and I can't think straight. And everybody's like in chaos because, you know, women in heat is just not, especially at our age, is not a good thing. And Chelsea's like, I'm so mad. And like, she's pissed and I don't know what was happening. And then I just heard you say, oh my God, look at Rebecca's cheeks. It was crazy.
Well, can you tell the story of the 911 call?
Oh. Yeah. So I had to call, like, what is the place? Anyway, it's somebody property manager. Yeah. So everybody's upset. So I'm like, I'll call them up. So I call them up. And of course they're like, oh yeah. Have you checked the thermostat? Check the breaker box. I'm like, where's the breaker box? Like, I don't, it's not my home. I don't live here. So anyway, we go through this and then it's one of those calls where, you know, you're not getting anywhere. And it's just like, I'm like, this is pointless. Like, why am I on this call? You're doing nothing for me. And I am calling you because I need this fixed, right? And you're doing nothing for me. So it was so hot at that point. And I'm like, look, I was like, somebody just passed out. I got to go. I got to call 911 and hung up. I thought that was the only way I could get my point across about how hot, because she's probably in Alaska in a call center and it's like 30 degrees there. And it was like 90 degrees in your house.
Correct this. She was a local who was in her air conditioning and had tons of cocktails and was like, damn it to hell on a Friday night. Who on earth on this little funny island that we live didn't consider the air conditioner? Like, who doesn't do that? In fact, it's terrible for your house here. Like, you could get mold and like, it's not like a safe thing. No. And they were like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. Exactly. Yeah, they weren't in Alaska. They were around the block. Next house over, living their best life, sleeping in a cold house in a cold room, which made me hate them more, by the way.
You were so mad. I loved it. All right, you're up.
Okay. Wow. We've had lots of laughs. One of my favorites was, okay, if you're my friend, this is a very bad characteristic I have as a friend. When I'm excited, I do not eat. When I'm excited, I like force feed myself. And if you're my friend, especially a guest, you're going to starve. Like, that is true. You're going to starve. So I made sure to make myself egg and toast before I picked up my friends from the airport because I know what happens to me. So we stopped by this place called the Floribama, which they were having a Bulls on the Beach rodeo going on. Welcome to the South. Yeah, Bulls on the Beach is an actual live bull that they're going to ride on the beach. It's a rodeo on the beach. So I'm like, we can't get any more southern than this. And I like to stop by Floribama when I pick up people. So we go there and I've not thought about food because, again, when I'm really excited and I was super happy, like, I wasn't thinking about food. So we get this little table and our friend Lex looks over and there's a man. We sat at his table with him. I put chairs around the table. He's a military. Shout out to the military service, Air Force, flying to South Japan. Yep. He's not, but we kept messing it up. And he's eating his hamburger, and he has like all these like crackers, like saltines, saltine crackers. And I look at my dear friend who I love, and she says, "Hey, how are those saltines?" And he says, "They're great." And she's like, "Can I have one?" Okay, fast forward 30 seconds. Our table of friends are eating saltine crackers from a rando. Like he goes to throw out his food, empty food. And they're like, look over and like, "Can you leave some saltines?" And I'm like, I am the worst host, the worst. I invite you to my town. And again, if you are my friend, you know this about me. You come to my house, egg and toast. That's what you're getting, and maybe a mimosa. So that was my laugh. We did end up eating, thanks to my guilt. And and my cry I mean, I've had, bursts of tears here and there because I'm in grief, but my cry is really like that gratitude. I was so excited before everybody came out. I posted a video online. Like, I could not sleep. I woke up feeling high as a kite. I'm one of those people who, when I get so excited, I almost, like, my entire body responds like I'm on drugs. Like, I get so, like, jacked up, and energetically, it just keeps getting better and better. So last night when I got in bed, I just was like, oh my God, this happened. Like, Rebecca, who I've never met in person, is here. Joy is here with Rebecca. And then we have Cheryl, Lex, and Sarah, our friends who we adore. And they're here, and we're all here together. And I went to bed with so much gratitude. And when I get into that gratitude, that too is like excitement for me. That's a full body experience. And I was just tearful, like in the greatest way possible. So a lot of laughs, a lot of happy cries, which is great. I'll take all the happy cries. And now we're pivoting into something that we call Q&A with friends and pals. Is that what it's called?
Friends and pals. Okay, I love this. It's like there's multiple versions of ourselves here.
Let's get to know the host. We thought it would be fun to do like a little Q&A just because we don't want to talk about, we're in a space where we're just having a lot of fun. We're like, let's just do something light and get to know one another. Well, the audience, we know each other, but maybe it'll surprise us with some of these answers. So we're going to do some get to know your hosts. Rebecca, do you want to kick us off?
Yes, I will gladly accept this. The first question I have for both of you, what karaoke song would you pick for me?
Oh, for you? I would 1000% pick, what's the song in Canada or in Whistler? Was it, no, not Whistler, sorry. When did you go to Banff?
Last year.
So remember when you went to Banff and...
Oh, yes. You're going to pick a Celine song?
Well, it was Celine. You were like, I love Celine Dion. And then you did that like call and response with that guy.
Yeah. What was the song? It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
I think
so.
Yeah.
And then, so I would pick a Celine Dion song.
I love that because it's totally in my vocal range. Thank you.
Great. And the app told you that?
Yes.
Okay, I would 100% not pick Celine Dion. The first song that came to my mind was "I'm Sexy and I Know It." I feel like I could see Rebecca cracking herself up trying to get through the song, but not actually getting through the song. But then she would make up for like losing the lyrics by a dance move. That's what I feel in my head as soon as you said that. And I was relieved that you didn't ask what karaoke song we would sing, because I was like, Joy doesn't like karaoke, neither do I. So I'm glad it'll be that. Okay, now Joy, do you want to pick a question?
If we got kicked out of a bar tonight, what would it be for?
I can tell you that.
Well, the funny thing was yesterday, I was laughing so hard because all I could think was like when you said earlier, like we were that group of people that was so loud and laughing that like when I see that group, I'm like, what a fun bunch. Like it's so nice to have a group of people that you can just kind of be obnoxious. But like, I think the only thing I would get kicked out for would be like laughing so loud that they'd be like, you're disturbing the guests. But I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think inappropriate comments.
Okay.
There's a lot of inappropriate comments in this group, so much that my cousin was like, I don't think you should tell anybody what you all do for a living. Like, you should not tell people what you do for a living. Because they're like, we've been friends for so long, there's a lot of quick-witted shit talking, inappropriate talking, and it fires off. This group is loud, including, I mean, I collect loud humans and I'm a loud human. It's like amplified, so everybody hears what they're saying, and we haven't defined a boundary. Yeah. Of what's okay and what's not okay. So I would say, yeah, definitely being loud. For sure, that's what we'd get kicked out for. Loud, inappropriate comments.
Yeah, I'd say loud, and maybe because the women's restroom line is so long, we decide to take over the men's, and we start using it, and they kick us out for it.
Oh, my God.
And we are like, sorry, you guys can't come in here. We're busy. Like, we totally, like, act like we own the bathroom.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think that we could do that. We have yeah.
I'm going to ask the next question. If your pet could talk, what would they say about you? Oh, okay. I'm going to answer this for myself first. If my pet could talk, what would they say about me? They would say, stop talking for me. Because maybe that's not what I'm saying. Because Priya, she walks around saying like, I'm a model. I'm so beautiful. And then Kipsy, death breath, and he's just being inappropriate in my bed right now. He would... I mean, the same reason why we get kicked out of a bar could be the same thing with the animals. Okay, passing it over to you.
Yeah. So if my animal could, talk? If I could talk for my animal, or what they would say about me.
Yeah, what would your animal say?
I think they'd be like, Jesus Christ, can she stop making up songs, please? And definitely needs to get vocal lessons.
They would judge you?
Totally.
Oh my God, how mean.
I think mine would be like, why does she kiss my face so much? Like, why? I like kiss my dog 5 million times.
Oh my God.
Love it.
That was very funny.
That is so good.
Okay, I have one. Can I ask one? What would be your perfect day?
I do that almost every day, my perfect day. So my perfect day is egg and toast with something water activity. That's my favorite, with my favorite humans, and knowing that my kids were going to hang out with me later and have kids in the house. And maybe I flirt with like a cute stranger. And well, that's actually not a perfect day. That was just in a little bonus fun. A little bonus fun. Yeah, no, my perfect day is actually like a really simple day. It's like everybody who I love is happy and I'm happy. And it's warm and I can be in the water and the people who I love are with me. That is actually my perfect day. I love that day. Oh, and a clean house. Nothing's more perfect than a clean house. A laundry done, folded, put away. It's pretty perfect. My bar's pretty simple. What about you?
Yeah. I would add clean sheets as a freshly made bed. It's a great thing. But my perfect day would be totally not leaving my house, hanging out with my animals and my wife, and maybe getting a workout in and not having a plan. Like maybe I float around in the pool, and then maybe I just like binge watch shows or movies all day and then order food like all day long. Like we don't even cook. We just order it in all day. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I want to add food and a massage.
Ooh, okay. I want to add massage and have them come to my house.
Okay, I want massage at my house and I want strawberry shortcake.
I love that.
Oh God,
that's great.
Going for a long time.
I'm going to get ice cream delivered to my house too.
Oh, we can get ice cream for free. My kids work at an ice cream shop.
Awesome.
Right. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well on our way. My day would be wake up, work out, walk the dogs. I do this a lot too already. So like half the day is already like pretty perfect in my eyes. I'd probably go on a hike somewhere like in the beautiful Colorado mountains, but I also just kind of like to sit at home and like veg. So I'd come home and be like, all right, I got my walks, my steps in, and then I'd come lay in bed and watch reality TV and then maybe have like ice cream delivered.
How many steps do you generally get in a day?
I try to do the 10,000 steps a day.
Did you meet it?
Yeah.
Did you
most
meet it
days.
Yesterday?
Yeah. Because I ran in the morning before I came here.
I bet you did.
Of course you did. Well, I did go to the gym before y'all came. I wanted to try and make my arms a little bit better so I wasn't so intimidated by Joy's. Okay, this is going to be, this is a fun question. This is one you're going to answer about me. If I joined a cult, what would it be about? I feel like that already happened.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is funny. If you joined a cult, it would probably be about cats.
Oh my God, a cat collecting cult. Yes. Wait, wasn't there there was a cat cult.
Really?
Yes. You've told me about it. I think it's on Netflix. It was a cult and they made them buy cats. This is all coming back to me.
Really?
I feel like watched this in the hospital for like just like a part of an episode. Yeah, I resonate with that, guys.
I'm just looking over at your water bottle that has all cat heads all over it. We have a cat with a beret. We have a cat with a headband. We have a cat with cat ears. We have a cat with a bandana. It's adorable. So, and we have a cat with a headband with cucumbers on its eyes, like a spa cat. So I would say cat cult.
Oh, I forgot it. My perfect day has a spa too. Okay.
Of course it does.
And a private jet and
I think your cult will have something to do with candles and eggs and toast and definitely cats and massages. Like, it's like, I feel like
it's the perfect day cult.
it's the perfect day cult. Yes. I think that's your cult.
Oh my God. And if you do anything to fuck up my perfect day, you're out.
Yeah. If you are not a 5, you're out.
That's true. My cult is a 5.
It's the 5 cult.
It's a 5 cult. And what that means, because you're not here, even though we wish you were here, we had a thing yesterday. I was like, if anybody goes below a 5, like 1 to 5, 5 being I'm a 5, what you should be rating our podcast. If you're 5 stars, if you're under 5 stars, you let me know. So we stayed at 5 stars. We went up to 8 and 10 stars. We added stars where stars were not even there to be added until we walked in to the rental. And then everybody went to negative. Oh my God. Okay. Somebody else has a question.
It's the 5-star cult.
5 star. Lots of cats. Lots of fun.
Question is, when you learn I'm famous, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Hang out with you more. And see if you can if I can be hired for something. We've already worked together and we've been so good at that. I'm like, first, I want to hang out with you more because I think you'll be traveling more if you're famous. And 2, like, I could be your hype woman. And I am also really good at organizing other humans. Okay.
I would be like, where are you taking me to dinner? And can I fly on your private jet? That's all I want in life is a private jet.
Of course you can.
What are you going to be famous for, you think?
The Laugh Cry Club. What?
What do you... tell me what you think I'm going to get famous for.
Oh, was that the question? Oh, okay. I thought it was like, what are you going to do when you find out I'm famous? Right. And then what are you going to be famous for? Wow.
Really, Joy? Wow.
Well, no, I was like, all I could think was like, my mind went to like therapist, improv, high rocks, professional. Ooh, karaoke singer. You're going to be a famous karaoke singer.
I'm going to be like a wedding singer.
Yes, you are going to be like the wedding singer.
Okay, Joy, it's your question, right?
Oh, this is a good one for all of us. Okay, this is like a good laugh cry audience question for all of us. Like, listeners out there, think about this for yourself. What do you need less of in your life?
I need less tragedy. That's actually true. I have been through a lot over the last 4 years pretty much. I definitely need less tragedy. I need more just peace and ease and less anticipation of scary things that are real, not anxiety, like actual fear. That's true. Rebecca?
What do you need more of?
Peace.
Okay.
And just joy and my loved ones being safe. That knowing that my loved ones are safe. And you know what also I love? I don't need more of this, but I love more of this. I love it when other people are doing really good. I have a belief when one person in your life is winning, everybody is winning. Because life is so hard. We go through so many times where it's like, if I have a friend who's struggling, I'm struggling too, because you're my friend and I love you. And I'm so thank you for everybody who's struggled alongside of me for the last, several years. But I love it when everybody's like crushing it. I love to be like, do you know my friend did that? Like, I love to describe my friends. I love it when they're doing well. And I feel like when one wins, we all win. So more of that, less scary tragedy for me, for my friend group, for my loved ones, for my kids, like just like a little more ease.
Oh, gosh. I think I need less white privilege in this world. And I need more love, friendliness, and fun.
I need less trolls on the internet. I need all of those trolls and negativity to just, because it's funny, like we all say, oh, we're not going to read the comments or like, but sometimes like when I read a post, I just don't want to be assaulted by the negativity of the world. Like it's relentless. But even maybe in real life, like there's just trolls in real life, like kind of walking around. Like for instance, okay, I'm going to try to keep... I'm going to try to keep this really vague because it really was like a touchy situation where there was this woman at the gate that on the sad side, the hard side, she had a disability. She was being kind of like wheeled to the gate, but she was so mean and like yelling at the person that was like bringing her up. He was clearly trying to help her, but she was just like yelling and like negative. And I'm like, oh, that's a hard one because like obviously you have a hard life, but like also it goes really far to be kind. And like then she started yelling at the ticket agent, and I was like, okay, this like no matter what's going on in your life, like I know things can be really hard, and I hope that like we can draw on the love in our life to like not take it out on other people. But like seeing that made me really sad because you could tell the guy that was like trying to help her was really trying. Those are the moments where I just get so sad that people like have that much like hatred and anger and sadness that they take it out on others. Like that makes me really sad. So it's kind of like the same thing where I see whether it's being short with someone at the store or like someone dropping a really negative thing on a comment. So like I need less of that. And I would probably love more time with friends. Like these are the moments where I'm like, it feels so good to spend time with friends. Like it's so healing. I know as like we all get older and like life gets really busy and, people live farther apart. It's harder to kind of like connect in this way. So that's hopefully something I can continue to make a priority.
Am I the question asker now? What is one thing that most people don't know about you? This is a really hard one. Oh my God. Well, I read it, so I thought about it already.
Can you go?
What most people don't know about me is that I never thought I was smart or creative. I did not know this about myself until later on in life, in college, doing therapy, things like that. I did not know that about myself. And most people wouldn't know that. Most people wouldn't know too. As a child, I was painfully shy and extremely introverted. And because I'm such a people person, that came later in life. You would never think I was like the mute little kid who was had terrible separation anxiety and was like a little nervous, quiet little kid. Like I couldn't get babysat as a kid because I was like a disaster. So my dad would take me to work with him sometimes. And and you would not know that. I don't think most people know that. Okay. Well,
that is surprising because knowing you now, it's like I cannot imagine. I mean, I know that we're so different as kids, but like you would think that you're just this bubbly, like personal, getting to know everybody, but you're like super shy. Do you have one or do you want me to go?
Yeah, I could go. I would say that I am really sensitive. I was exceptionally sensitive as a kid. I think I worked on that as an adult, but I'm really sensitive still. And that when I was a kid, I was in remedial math in 4th grade. So I'm not good at math.
Oh my gosh.
Were you in remedial math in 4th grade?
No, but I probably should have been.
You're like having a revelation right now. You're like,
I'm like, why didn't they put me in it? Why did they keep passing me? I'm not good at math either.
no.
And it was called remedial math. Like, and then it's like, okay, kids, it's time for remedial math. And then I had to get my shit and go down the hall.
Wow. Joy?
Okay.
Can you believe this?
Okay. Most people don't know two things that I always surprise people. Well, people always thought I was in sports as a kid, but I was painfully, because I have like this athletic stance. I'm like, no, I was so shy. I was so shy and so insecure that I couldn't even do that. So I was in like dance my whole life. But the funnier ones is like I danced with Diana Ross in the Super Bowl. That's like my claim to fame.
Oh my God,
and then
amazing.
That's like one of my favorite things. And then I did ballroom dancing when I was in college. I went to Vegas with like this ballroom dancing class. Like I had to take a class. It was just like a elective class. But my ballroom dancing partner, so we like actually went to this competition in Vegas. It was so random. Drove there with like a group of people. But my ballroom dancing partner was like really short. And so I think like we didn't really get judged.
Is there a picture? Because I
Yes.
see this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to send you a picture.
Were they 5'4"?
So they basically sabotaged Joy.
Yes. They totally did, because we didn't get any good scores because we didn't look aesthetically pleasing. And I was like, but he was such a good partner. He was a really good leader. And when you ballroom dance, you have to have a really good leader. Anyway, I loved that class. And I was like, maybe I should take up ballroom dancing. But anyway, that's like my funny. The other things that, I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. I feel like those are kind of surfacey things.
No, but I was thinking as Joy was talking about her fun stuff, I was like, here's Rebecca and I in tragedy, sadness. Like I was so painfully shy and I never knew I was smart. And then we had remedial math. And then Joy goes, I was an amazing ballroom dancer. No, not really like that. But it made me think that, yeah, it's making me think about other things. Yeah. And I'm really upset for you that they gave you the kid who could lead but was shorter. God, that seems really unfair.
Yeah. It was devastating, really. My life could have gone a totally different way. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's probably more things, but like this kind of leads into, is it my turn for a question? I think it is. So let's do maybe one or two more and then wrap up. So this one is, do you think other people see you the way you see yourself? And so when I was like talking about all that, and I was like, because I think other people see me probably as like light and happy and fun, but I have always had this like weird thing of like, oh, but I also struggle and I've like had my own crap. So I think at times I've had this like almost feeling like I don't want to bum people out if people knew that I struggled, because they're like, but you're Joy, like you're supposed to be happy all the time. You know what I mean? So that sometimes crosses my mind. But what do you think?
What's the question again?
Do you think you see yourself the same way people see you?
No. I think because internally in your head, it's like you always are thinking something else, right? Because I think we're from a generation that's probably hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I'm there's times when I think I am really funny, but there's times when I don't think
you're funny.
No, I feel like I don't. Sometimes like I think that I was like a not good improver. I think I have a different view than what maybe other people do. Your view? Whoa, goodness. Do we have time for that? My view of myself is that I try to have a good time and I like to make light of situations, because I think heartache sometimes I can't take. Like, it breaks my heart.
This was a real heavy one, Joy.
I know. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're crying? Yeah. Oh my God, tell me.
I don't know.
You can't take heartache.
I think because I'm sensitive. Yeah. Shit really gets me. I don't think people know that.
People definitely don't know that I'm as sensitive as I am, for sure. I don't know what people think. I think that when I think of myself as like a lot of layers. It was one of the hardest things when Steve, my late husband, and I were split up and I dated. it was really hard for me to feel like I would never truly be known by another romantic partner, because my friends I've been friends with for years, and my relationships I invest I'm in. I'm in. I want to know everything. I want to know every single thing about you, because I find it amazing and fascinating, and I find it an honor. And that was one of the hardest things for me, was like, I don't know that anybody will ever truly know me, because I feel like I have like 1,000 gazillion layers. Like, I'm very fun and lighthearted. I'm also very serious and very passionate about certain things. I can be an advocate, and I can also really let things go. I can pivot quickly. So I feel like my personality is so extreme. It just depends on when you're meeting me. And then you make up your mind. And I once wrote about it on Substacks, like, you would never know. And it was about myself, things you would never know, because I think we just don't really ever know somebody unless we take the time to know them, and unless they are vulnerable enough to share those things. So I don't know if anybody sees me the way that I see myself.
Yeah, I have a question for you. So, like, in terms of becoming friends with someone, is it easy for you to kind of like open up and let people in?
Yeah, I'm super vulnerable. I'll tell you anything. I'm an open book. I don't really have secrets. You can ask me anything and I'll tell you the truth about what it is. Yeah, I don't have that. And I think that's the reason why I'm able to have such amazing friendships, is because that other person's been vulnerable with me. I've been vulnerable for them, but I do that really well in friendships. That is or I can do it actually with anybody, but I don't know if people see all the layers. I just feel like there's too many. And I am very sensitive, and I can be really serious. But you could meet me like last night and be like, this girl may not be smart or creative. She might just be insane. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. So I think it just depends on where you get. Oh, people also don't know that I'm that I can be very introverted too. That like after we had so much fun yesterday, I come home, I take a hot bath, I meditate. I'm a nerd and play Scrabble on my phone by myself. Like, I have to undo. And then because I undo, it's almost like a fresh surface to start it all over again the next day. And people don't know that. They're like, wait, what do you do when you go home? And I'm like, oh, I'll give myself like a whole facial. It doesn't matter how rowdy I've been. I will take care of myself. What about you?
What game would you all like to challenge me to? Could be a board game. It could be any.
Dodgeball.
You want to challenge me to dodgeball?
I just think it'd be so fun because you would be so funny. Like, you would just be hilarious.
Okay, I don't want to be. Okay, this is a challenge question for two competitive people, which
I mean, we could just play a game.
I don't want it to be a challenge, but what I do want to share with the audience is how we had a kayak ride today, and Joy's kayak had a hole in it, which is actually my kayak that I drug and made a hole in it, but I didn't know there was a hole in it. So as Joy is kayaking, having a competition with Rebecca, and Rebecca's whooping her ass, it's because Joy's kayak was sinking.
Okay, it's not a competition, but if you were like, hey, let's play a game, what would you want to play?
Truth or dare, what? With you?
We go truth or dare or dodgeball.
Yeah. Truth or dare would be so funny. So funny. Okay, and as we wrap up, we should say, what do we want? What would be a message that you would want to give to our listeners about like the why you're here doing this podcast, or something that you want them to know, or like a little piece of something to leave them with as we wrap up? Okay. Oh, Joy's got something.
Oh, I got something.
Yeah, you do. I don't have anything.
Okay, so I think back to my point around spending time with friends, it is really important, even as we kind of get into those patterns. Remember in the past month, every episode we've been talking about like taking these small steps to change behaviors, feel better. And that's been one of my goals, is to kind of not get out of my comfort zone, but I can get a real homebody and not get motivated to do things. My introvert will take over, where I'm just like, oh, that sounds like a lot. And every time I get out of my comfort zone, or I go do something, I am always like, I'm immersed. And so I'm not thinking, I'm not overthinking, I'm not overanalyzing. Like, I have been so fully present since I arrived yesterday that I'm just like, I'm not thinking about anything else. And like, so whatever that means for listeners is seek out those moments where maybe you're like, oh, I'm a little out of my comfort zone, but getting out of your comfort zone forces you to be present, because then you're like, okay, I got to like have all the alerts on, and like, I want to connect with people. And like, it also, especially with our group, where I'm like, wow, everyone's so amazing here, and I just want to like soak up the experience of being around them. So I would say for listeners, again, whatever that means for you, is like, try to seek out those experiences where you're getting outside of your head. Like, your little saying in your bathroom says, if you're going to spend so much time in your head, make it a nice place to be.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good. I think for me is take advantage of opportunities that are sent your way, because I would not be sitting here on your bed today, Chelsea, with Joy here and your dog Kippers, if I hadn't taken a leap like 5 years ago and took a job with a company. Luckily, at that point in time, it was a workspace where you could be vulnerable and open with each other. And I know not every workplace is like that, but maybe take the risk of being vulnerable with people, because you are going to have so many opportunities and friendships that you never thought you'd have.
And mine would be along the line of the podcast and our audience, and what's happening right now would be, you just don't know what you don't know. So stop thinking that you have a plan and you know, because you don't. Put out what you want and believe that you can have it, and believe that it can be bigger than what it is that you actually think, because to your point, both of your points, we don't know. We just don't know. We have to just keep showing up and saying yes and being present and being like, maybe I could have this. If you would have said I was going to be podcasting in my bed. Hold on. And also living a California girl. Also, I'm in my bed in Alabama with two people, one from Colorado, one from Texas, and that we were going to be laughing. And this was also going to be 3 months after the death of my husband, with my daughter in the living room and my cat, Priya, who hates everybody, who just can't leave the room. Like, we just don't know, guys. We don't know. So I would say squeeze as much joy out of life as possible. That is our moral obligation, is to find as much joy as we can and to keep putting out what we want, knowing that we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And yeah, stop thinking so hard, because you don't have to know. But when we're thinking so hard, we miss the here and the now and the right now. If I was thinking about 3 months ago, I would not be laughing in my bed right now. But now I'm creating new memories in my bed. And I can make a lot of jokes about that. But on that note,
we're going to go squeeze some joy out of Joy.
Yeah, we are.
And laugh and cry, listeners, thank you for joining us on this wild ride of a live episode. Hopefully the first of many down the road. Rebecca has a pillow on her head. You guys can follow us at Laugh Cry Club on all the socials, laughcryclub@gmail.com. Please share with a friend. Please rate us 5 stars for the
5-star cult. Chelsea's cult.
Egg and toast, 5 stars.
Egg and toast, 5-star cults. We would so appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
That's life, baby.